What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome back to MKO Boxing, aka MKO Pugilism, where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like and subscribe on YouTube, follow on TikTok, and of course, Merry belated Christmas to everyone over this Christmas period, and Happy New Year in advance as we go into 2026. So, excuse me, one of the last cards of this year happened a few days ago. It was in Saudi Arabia, and that was between, of course, the monster Naoye Inoue. He comes in as, of course, four division, two-weight undisputed champion, and he was facing the undefeated Mexican Alan Picasso, who, to be fair to him, he came in with also undefeated record, 32 and 0, 17 knockouts, solid guy. And yeah, this was for Inoue's crown. So yeah, boxing Saudi, and this was one of those fights where I would say pretty much it was a domination by Naoya Inoue. He was pretty much dominant throughout the whole thing and had his way. Um, and just to describe the fight a bit for you, so round one, Inoue was doing a lot of boxing. He was on the back foot quite a lot. But as always with Inoue, most of his punches that he throws are solid shots. So even though he was on the back foot, boxing behind the jab he was throwing was always solid, powerful jab. So it was a jab that you get hit and you know about it. So Inoue was pretty much behind the jab, on the back foot, using that footwork, side to side movement, and just that was the way he sort of elected to box in the first stanza. So, Picasso was trying to press the action, bring the fight to Inoue, and Inoue was just sort of smoothly moving back, boxing behind the jab. And with Inoue, as always, he's a guy that is very powerful. He's a bit of a sharpshooter, but he's also a guy that punches at quite a high rate. He punches at quite a high volume. So, yes, Picasso was coming forward, tried to press the action, but while he was trying to press the action, Inoue was the more dominant guy on the back foot, throwing more punches, landing more. And in that first round, I'd say Inoue kind of beat Picasso on the volume. Volume alone, he beat him there, just able to land shots. He did have to take one or two in there, but he just always landed several shots in response. And round two, that's where things sort of caught fire a bit. Again, Inoue at this point, he decided to sort of stand toe to toe with Picasso, and both guys were landing shots. It was kind of back and forth in the second round. Both guys in the center of the ring. Um, I would say probably Inoue is the one that landed a few more shots. And again, he wasn't really afraid to take a shot. He's one of those that he's not afraid to take one to land three back. And it was one of those round toe to toe action. It did kind of swing back and forth. But for me, Inoue just sort of done that little bit more. His work rate just that bit higher, and landed a few more telling shots. But it was close-ish, I suppose. And as the rounds wore on, went into round three, four, Inoue kind of elected to go back to his boxing again, stood back from Picasso a little bit. Picasso did have, as I say, like pockets of success where he'd land a few shots here and there. But as he was having his success, Inoue would sort of pour cold water on that fire, just completely come back and land a few. So Picasso would have success with a few shots, not really enough in terms of volume, and then Inoue, as soon as he lands, Inoue's back with three, four more shots. So he was always, whether he's the front foot or on the back foot, he was always, whatever Picasso done, he returns fire with three, four big shots. And he kind of, in my notes here, I got that he kind of, Inoue kind of cancelled out the good work of Picasso. So even his little successes he was having, which were kind of few and far between, whatever success he had, Inoue would just come back with lethal combinations and then kind of cancel out the good work of Picasso. And once again, round six, Inoue began to dominate again. Round six, he kind of started pushing Picasso back, and again with the lethal, the brutal combinations, he went to the body very well. There was a lots of hooks from either side, right hooks to the body, left hooks to the body, very powerful combinations, and he knew he was throwing them, and it was one of those where pretty much Picasso didn't have the answer to those shots in the sixth round. He knew it was just a bit dominant on top, landing a combination, and then Picasso couldn't really find the answer to sort of do anything back. And once again, as we go into seventh, eight, going towards the championship rounds, Inoue again elected to sort of come forward, and Picasso's success was really coming when he sort of went forward and when he pushed the action. But in those middle rounds, six, seven, eight, Inoue he was just sort of pushing Picasso back, not allowing him to do his best work. He backed Picasso up. And he had to, as I said earlier, he did have to take the odd shot here and there. But with Inoue, he's just not bothered about it. Once you've not got the power to hurt him, he's not bothered. And he just came forward, took the odd shot, and then landed his more powerful shots. He was even using a low guard at times, just putting his hands down, almost daring Picasso to throw a shot, and nothing Picasso did, was of any sort of significance or done much damage to him. And even with the low guard, there were times in those middle rounds, Inoue was just sort of using the low guard, just moving back, doing a bit of those matrix maneuvers, sort of evasive maneuvers, and stays. Even as Picasso's trying to land, he's putting his hands down, moving out of the way, and then coming back. And when Inoue comes back, it's again those brutal shots, those ruthless hooks that he likes to throw to the body, countering with that. And in as we went, as I say, championship rounds, round 11 now, Picasso knew, well, this is it. He's got to go for it, got to go and try. He needs something. He needed a knockdown, or he needed basically a knockout, pretty much. You need about two, three knockdowns or a knockout to win the fight. So round 11, Picasso comes out throwing, comes out pressing Inoue, and but unfortunately for him, even when he's pressing the action, having his success, Inoue was still confident, and he came out confidently, and he was able, as Picasso was coming forward pressing the action, Inoue was countering at will, landing at will, winning all the exchanges. So he basically broke the heart of Picasso, because, as I've got here, he was unbothered by what Picasso was doing, even when Picasso was having his success and landing some shots. Inoue was unbothered by these shots, and then it was very comfortable. Just, okay, you want to press the action, I'll step back, I'll watch what you're doing, counter you, and that's what he was doing, countering with very powerful shots. And then round 12, pretty much a similar thing, more dominance by Inoue, just sort of landing at will. And as you would expect, on the scorecards, Inoue wins unanimously. Pretty much took it as a clean sweep on every judge's scorecard. You'd be hard pressed to find more than maybe one round. Maybe you want to give him two if you're generous, but even that, you'd be hard pressed to find any rounds to really give to Picasso. So yeah, dominant win by Inoue. Let me know what your thoughts were of this fight in the comments below, and until next time, MKO Boxing, over and out.